Lecture 4. Navigating the interface. Have you ever opened a new app and felt completely lost? Like you didn't know where to click or what to do first? We have all been there, and today we're going to make sure that doesn't happen to you with Databricks. This lecture is all about getting comfortable with the platform. You will know exactly where everything is, what it's for, and how to start exploring without feeling overwhelmed. Objectives of the lecture. By the end of this lecture, you will be able to familiarize you with the Databricks workspace layout. Understand the role of key components, workspaces, notebooks, clusters, and tables. Learn how to create, open, and organize notebooks within a project. Gain confidence navigating the platform before writing any code. First of all, we'll sign up for Databricks. For that, you will just write in here as Databricks. Scroll down a bit, click in here, and click on Try Databricks. And you will just have to sign up using this one and continue with Google if you have already logged into Google account. And you will just have to write the name. For example, we'll just go with click in here, click on continue. The dashboard, your home base. When you first log into Databricks, you land on the workspace dashboard. Think of this as your home page. From here, you can access your folders, notebooks, and shared content. Key areas, home or workspace. This is where all your personal files live, your notebooks, folders, and results. Share workspace. If you are part of a team or class, this is where collaborative files can be accessed. Repos. Optional, used in professional settings for version control, but you can ignore this for now. Notebooks, where the magic happens. Notebooks are where you will do most of your work. You can write code, add text, visualize data, and more all in one place. To access Notebook, you can just click in here, New, and go to Notebook. Click in here. Each notebook is made up of cells, code cells, for running commands, text cells for adding instructions, titles, or notes. This is the area where you can write code or write commands. For example, you just write in here as 2 plus 3 and click in here to run this one. And here you can see this gives us the results as 5, as 2 plus 3 is 5. You don't need to memorize commands. You can write code, run it, and make changes in real time. Databricks is interactive by design. Clusters, the engine behind the scenes. Before your code can run, you need a cluster. Think of it like a power source. A cluster connects your notebook to a computing environment that can actually execute your code. In the Community Edition, you can use a small, pre-configured cluster. It takes a few minutes to start, but once it's ready, you can run all your notebooks. Analogy: if your notebook is a car, the cluster is the engine. No engine means no movement. Tables and data files, where your data lives. Next, you will want to work with some data. Databricks gives you access to built-in sample datasets, but you can also upload your own. To view datasets, you can just click in here as dashboards. And for example, if you want to go with create new dashboard and click on data, add data source, and click in here as all, click on samples, and for example you just want to go with this database, you can click in here, and for now you can just click in here as sales transactions and click on confirm. Here you can see you have a sample data that you can work on as transaction ID, customer ID, franchise ID, date and time, product, quantity, unit price, total price, payment method, and card number as well. So you can just work on it if you don't want to upload your own data for now. Preview the data before using it in a notebook. Search and navigation tips. Here are a few helpful shortcuts. Use the search bar to find notebooks quickly, and this is here where you can search for data, notebooks, recents, and more. Click the Recent tab to return to past files. For example, when you just click in here as Recents, and here you can see you have worked on a notebook, dashboard, and another dashboard as well. Organize notebooks in folders to stay tidy. You don't need to memorize everything today. Just learn and explore. You'll find that it's similar to navigating Google Drive or any other cloud workspace. How this ties to real work. At companies like Comcast and HSBC, teams use shared Databricks workspaces to write code, analyze data, and collaborate across departments. Having a clear folder structure and naming system keeps everything organized when hundreds of people are involved. In your case, good organization from the start helps you focus on learning rather than searching for files. You have now taken the first real step into using Databricks. It might have felt like clicking around a new tool, but in reality, you have already done something bigger. You have learned how to navigate a professional-grade platform used by some of the world's top organizations.